Too Casual Podcast, episode number 1. I said that just like DCD. I don't know if I should do that. But Too Casual Podcast, episode number 1. It's a new podcast. You probably know me. You may know Drake from his guest appearances on my old podcast, or even our podcast from back if you know, there might be one of you that remembers the College Dropouts podcast. But yeah, Drake, how's it going?
Man, I'm just tickled to be here.
Yeah?
Whenever you text me and said that you were going to do this, I'd just been waiting, honestly, because I kind of threw it out there whenever you stopped doing DCD, and I was like, maybe he'll bite it.
Yeah. I guess I'll address it up front, the whole Dead Chin on Do it, because I feel like this podcast will be very similar, and I could just not address it, but I am. I don't know. It's Alex decided to quit DCD. Obviously, I wanted to continue doing it, so and then after that happened, I kind of didn't want to record or do it again, and then I don't know. Like it was a couple weeks ago, I was thinking about DCD Film Club. And I was like, man, I really want to do that again. Or like, I don't know. I found it really fun. So, called up Drake, or texted him, I mean. We have this. I don't want it to feel like I'm replacing Alex with Drake. I want this to feel like a different thing.
I'm nowhere near a replacement. I'm not a content creator. I just live my life.
I feel like it'd be different, though. There's a lot to improve on that. DC did have its faults, and there's stuff to improve on. So, There'll
just be like a worse version because I'm here.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I feel like DCD, Alex carried the show. I feel like if we did like if you like did the math on who talked the most, I may be completely wrong, but I feel like he carried the show like 75% of the time until close to the end of it. I kind of found my own like groove. I don't know. There's like I don't know, you can like look at all the episodes and like see the changes and how Alex started to like, Alex was the main guy at the start, and then I slowly like carved my way into like a 50-50 role. But I feel like that's only me. Like maybe no one else notices that.
Right.
So I feel like the same way, this way, I'm going to carry the load, and then eventually you'll work your way up.
I'll throw some keywords in there every once in a while, keep it going.
Yeah. But I guess that's it for that. So, Drake, what have you been doing this week? Have you done anything fun?
Nope, I've worked. This is my first full week back. I work Thursday, and then I work Monday through Thursdays. Shout out that schedule. And yeah, that's about all I've done. Jenny, my girlfriend, for people who don't know that, is an awesome woman. And she works as a property manager, and she runs a snow cone booth, and she's been busy with the snow cone booth this week. So me and our dog Clyde have been hanging out. So just really been
Clyde the gay dog.
Yeah, just been watching Ridiculousness with Clyde. And,
have you ever seen
sleeping.
MTV's like schedule? For Ridiculousness.
Oh, it's the worst.
It's like Ridiculousness all day, but 30 minutes. There's like a 30-minute section where they do something else. But I mean, I give them credit because they're like, they kind of like are shoehorned into this where they have to play it or nobody watches MTV.
Yeah, they occasionally do like a catfish marathon, and I get a kick out of that. But
it's kind of crazy that Ridiculousness is still like, it's like the most like you just throw it on show, like.
Oh yeah. There's every time that Chanel and
Chanel West Coast,
Stilo,
yeah,
every time that Chanel and Stilo are on, it gives them like a number beside their name. And the other day I was on one, and it was like the Roman numeral for like 87. And I was like, why do they keep numbering it? Just say that the normal cast is on.
Do they make new ones? Is it still a thing? Is it just reruns, or do they make new ones? I have no idea.
I don't think I've watched the same one twice, to be honest with you.
I don't think it's that hard of a show to make.
No, it's probably a good 30 minutes. I mean, just roll like 6 cameras and go for it.
I mean, it's kind of sad. I like Rob Dyrdek and his like Fantasy Factory and all that, those shows. And Robin Big.
Best thing ever. R.I.P. by the way.
see. I guess it's still going on.
Wow.
17 seasons. Jesus.
Probably all in 3 years.
It started in 2011, and they have 17 seasons.
Wow.
That's crazy.
It's like 2 a year.
It's still, yeah, like the episode names. Like, the most recent episode was May 21st with JoJo. I guess Siwa.
JoJo Siwa or
and
JoJo the singer?
I guess the singer. I thought Siwa. But the episode before that was Chanel and Sterling. CLXXXII.
Yeah, what is that?
Why they choose Roman numerals too? Like I had to quickly I
don't put numbers, but if you're going,
I guess after like 50, that's when you realize, man, we made a bad decision. But maybe you don't think you're gonna get to 50 episodes naming them like that, you know?
I just wonder who they hired that's well versed in Roman numerals.
I'm sure they just Google it.
Would they get it wrong?
Yeah, after like
Chinese
50,
tattoos,
it's like impossible.
Yeah, I don't even know 50. C
L.
No, that's L.
I only know that because the football.
Football.
Yeah.
C's 100.
I have been playing FIFA a lot recently because
There you go.
EA Access was 99 cents for some reason, so I bought it and then canceled it immediately. I'm playing a lot of FIFA. The game's garbage. I played a lot of NHL too, and NHL's extremely broken. Like, might be the most broken game. And then obviously I've been watching a lot of movies. That's my thing. I watched Taboo over a week ago, but I want to mention it. It's a movie about gay samurais. And I just think it's funny. It's just like
That's one person?
What?
That's one person's name or multiple?
Huh?
You said it's about gay samurais. I said, is that multiple people or one?
Yeah, like several. It's like a samurai like camp or whatever, where like people come to train to be samurais, and then like all these dudes just like wanna screw this one samurai. Like,
oh, you said about.
Yeah, what do you think I said?
By. I thought it was by.
Oh, you thought the guy's name was Gay Samurai? Like, the movie has nothing to do with gay samurais. It's
like, that's the worst name ever.
It's made by gay samurais. No. It's this Japanese movie. It's in Japanese, and it's just like the samurai shows up and everyone wants to screw him, and like everyone's like killing each other in this camp. I'm spoiling it because like no one's gonna find it. I had to order the DVD off eBay, and it didn't even come on. It didn't come in a case. It was just the disc, a little slipcover. And then after I bought it on eBay for like $20 because it's impossible to find, it doesn't have that many views on letterboxd. They put it on the Criterion channel, so I wasted my money. Like the day after I got it, I realized it was on the Criterion channel, but before I ordered it, it wasn't. And it's called Taboo, like on the disc. I think it's called Gohati. So if you're interested in that and you have the Criterion channel, hey, it's a weird movie, man.
Gay samurais.
And then I watched Palm Springs, the new Andy Samberg movie, and it's pretty good. I think you'd like it.
I like Andy Samberg, so
it's on Hulu, I think.
Nice.
And then I watched Suspiria and the sequel to. I watched the original Suspiria from the 70s and the sequel to it, Inferno. Horror movies from the late 70s, early 80s, super colorful, directed by Dario Argento. Great watches. I watched the New York City Ripper, a weird movie. Like it's a slasher movie, but it's basically a pornography with killing. It's like porn. It's like there's a scene of porn, and then like hardcore, like not like movie like fake sex, like legit sex. And then the next scene is a kill. And the killing was pretty cool. I guess the sex was... no. But then it, like, after like halfway through the movie, they stopped leaning on the porn, and it got better whenever it focused on the killing. And then I watched Clueless, a movie people might actually know. And it's Clueless. I watched The Velocipaster, a horror movie about a pastor who turns into a velociraptor and kills people. It's like Wolfman, but instead of a wolf, he turns into a velociraptor. and then he fights ninjas at one point. And yeah,
gay samurais.
No, there's no gay samurais in that.
It's unfortunate.
I watched A Kid from Coney Island, the Stefan Marbury documentary. I found it had a lot of style. I really enjoyed, but there's no takeaway. Like, after you finish it, you're like, why did they make that? It's an hour 20 minutes of them just like slightly telling you his career. Like, they don't go into any detail. They're just like, yeah, he played for this team. He had all these friends. His brothers wanted to play in the NBA. And then it's like, oh, he went to China for 10 years. And then bam, it's over. Hannibal Buress's new documentary. Hannibal Buress's new stand-up special. Watched that. Very funny. And then I've been watching a lot of The League. So I've been watching a lot. I've been talking about it for like 6 minutes. But, you know, that's me. I watch things.
You are a watcher.
Oh, and I played a lot of Black Ops 4 recently. Which is, yeah. Black Ops 4 is a great game. Underrated. Modern Warfare sucks.
I miss Black Ops 4. I liked the multiplayer. It was actually fun.
Yeah, I've been enjoying that. I made a Smurf account, and I can't... my first game, I did really well, and it's kind of skill-based matchmaking, but it's not as bad as Modern Warfare skill-based matchmaking.
Right.
And I had like a 2.7 KD after my first game or something like that. It was around 3, and I couldn't find a game. So I can't use that account anymore, I guess.
You got a tank first game.
So yeah, our first topic, actually getting into topics. I know this is the first episode, but we're just going to kind of run a normal episode, let you get the feel of it. No real introduction, you kind of got it. You'll learn from listening, I guess. The first topic. So recently, there's been a huge controversy in the video gaming world because there's been rumblings for a while that video games are going to become $70 instead of $60 as their base price. Then NBA 2K announced that the next-gen version of their game is going to be $70, while their current-gen version is going to be $60. So all video games moving forward, seemingly it's going to just move to $70. And Drake didn't know about this before the show, so what's your thoughts on this, Drake?
Dude, I'm addicted. I'm still gonna buy them, but
yeah,
I hate it. I understand. I mean, I get it. They want to make money, but it sucks as a consumer that buys literally probably every game that comes out. That's well known. That's good. So yeah. It's just gonna be $10 more per game a year, I guess.
The case for it, which I've seen a lot of against it. The last time prices changed was when the Xbox came out in 2005. It was, I think, $50 went to $60. Chucky milk time. So if you, from 2005 to now, if you adjust for inflation, you're paying the same exact price now. If you pay $70 now, it's the same as $60 back then. So it's really, and also games now cost a lot more. Like back then, Final Fantasy VII cost like $20 million, and it's like one of the biggest games back then. And games today are like easily 150 million, 200 million budgets. Right. So it's, it's a business decision. They got to make things. And the $10 extra really doesn't add that big of an impact on the budget, but then it helps. It's little things that counts. And obviously people like look at things like Take-Two make so much more money now than they did back then, and microtransactions and stuff like that. But it's like, for games like Sekiro, or like games that aren't successful, games that aren't GTAs or Red Deads, obviously the $70 is going to help a lot.
Right.
The only thing to be against it is if you look at wages against inflation, the average American makes the same amount of money today as they did in the 60s. If you adjust for the I saw the graph for 2018. If you adjust for the 2018 dollar, the people in the 60s make the same amount of money as they do today.
So it should be like a nickel.
Yeah. Yeah, games should be a nickel.
$3. No.
Which that shows like how the middle class is dissolving and the 1% gets bigger. Rich get richer, everybody's becoming poor. But it's more of a political topic, which we will never talk about.
Praise God.
Because one, we're both not political people, and two, it's not a great topic. No, half side agrees, half the side doesn't. It's not a great topic.
Yep.
But in other gaming news, Far Cry 6 was leaked, and then shortly after announced, like hours after, Ubisoft tweeted a thing where they it's a game, and it happened a couple days before. They had a E3, use that word, conference where they showed a bunch of games, and they showed Far Cry 6. Far Cry 6 coming out February 2021. It stars I forget his name, but it was Gus from Breaking Bad. He's like I think he's the main bad guy, and it's supposed to be in Cuba. I think the 80s.
Is it the chicken dude?
Yeah, the
car wash chicken place.
El Pollo Hermanos.
No, no, that's an actual restaurant. El Pollo Loco.
Yeah, El Pollo Hermanos is the one. Yeah. That guy, he's the main bad guy in the game. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if you ever played a Far Cry game. I thought you were.
I was gonna download it and play with Wes, but it never happened.
Oh. So yeah, Far Cry. I had never played 5, but I've played all the other ones. Great.
Seem interesting.
Yeah, it's like an average shooter. It's not like.
I like games where you can just get goofy.
It's
like,
not.
It has a time.
I had probably the funniest gaming moment ever on Far Cry 4 multiplayer with Wes. Yeah. They had like these like hovercrafts, or like, have you ever seen those like in the swamps where they have like the big fan on the back and they kind of like floats a little?
Yeah, fan boats.
We're driving that, and for some reason my character on Wes's screen would constantly, he was like laying down and spinning constantly, and I don't know why that was the funniest thing ever. Got a good giggle out of that.
Those things are good. I used to watch. I've literally never played the game, but I used to watch Wildcat, the YouTuber. He would do ads for them, and I used to watch every video that he would put out just because it was hilarious.
So you're gonna pick up Far Cry 6 when it comes out?
For $70.
For $70. It's
gonna be $60.
There was like a thing about the $70 where Xbox doesn't want them to change the prices. At least they don't want to split where the original consoles cost is different than the new consoles. So, but there's like a weird like thing where Xbox wants to make it like a free upgrade where you can buy the game on this console and don't have to pay an extra price or buy for it again for the new console. So and then 2K, there's like the $60 for the current gen, $70 for next gen. So there's gonna be like a small period, I feel like, where you can buy games for $60 on the old console, and then free upgrade it to the new one.
Right.
So I mean that's
just cheese the system until you can't.
I feel like, I mean, they'll probably like think that through. At least 2K will. They'll be like, they probably won't, because Xbox doesn't have like a full say on it. I mean, I guess they could. They could just like hammer home that, then 2K will get mad at them. So
right, they don't want to lose that. They already don't have an MLB game that's worth a crap. So
hey, it's coming out next year in March.
It's gonna be the best.
Yeah, MLB The Show, the PlayStation MLB game made by Sony.
It's going to Xbox?
Yeah, it's coming to Xbox next year.
See, I need to read stuff more probably.
The MLB like announced like, since it's like the gold standard, like the Xbox has RBI baseball and that's it. But like, MLB The Show is like so good. It's like they won best sports game of the year for a while. The newest one apparently isn't that good. I haven't played it. But yeah, MLB was like, put it on both consoles. And it makes sense to have it on both consoles. I mean, like, sure, you can make the argument it's exclusive and it's a reason for people to buy PlayStations, but in the long run, you make more money putting it on the other console.
Right. Yeah, the company would easily.
Which it's weird because the company that makes it is Sony San Diego, so PlayStation owns the company. So it's literally like a PlayStation, like PlayStation's making it and putting it on Xbox, which is funny.
Double dipping.
Which that might work the other way because there's like rumors that the Halo Master Chief Collection is going to come out on PlayStation. So
I'm excited for the new consoles.
Yeah, we have a couple days. Next Saturday, Xbox's press conferences where they said that they're going to only talk about games. But I'm sure we get a release date for the new consoles, which is probably going to be November.
Yeah. I have a buddy at work that literally every time we see each other, we just talk about getting the new Xbox. 'Cause he's an Xbox guy as well.
Xbox, yeah, they have the best hardware this year according to according to specs. Yeah. It has the better console.
Yeah, I like it.
I don't know. I have both the PS4 and the Xbox One, and I prefer the Xbox. The new consoles, you never know. You never know.
It could be, yeah. I may just wait. Let y'all figure it out. You'll just tell me what to get.
I mean, I'm going to get the Xbox first.
Right.
So, yeah. That's all our topics. That's all I prepared.
That's every topic?
Huh?
That's every topic?
Yeah. Besides...
I swear it was longer than that.
There's one more. We have Film Club.
Oh, okay.
Film Club weekly section. I didn't want to do one this week. Like, I didn't want to, just drop one where we're reviewing a movie that no one know about. I mean, I guess we could have, but... So yeah, it's a weekly Film Club series. Each week, I'll pick a movie, then Drake will pick a movie, and we'll go back and forth. No fan picks this time.
Get ready for some bangers for me. I'm just saying.
DCD, we had fan picks. I felt like it was more trouble than it was. There's more cons than benefits from doing that, because people get butthurt if they get picked or stuff like that.
Yeah, there's just so many variables.
Yeah, and then we'll have guests that come on the show, and then that's where you get different movies. But I'm picking the first movie because obviously I didn't want to just throw it on Drake and right now and be like, "Hey, you go to pick a movie right now."
I'd be like,
And speaking of the DCD podcast with Film Club, at least at the start of Film Club, I kind of was just messing around picking movies, and then kind of found my groove and what style of movies I like picking for the podcast. So this first pick was a lot of pressure. I've been thinking about it a lot, and I've been going back and forth between a lot of picks. Because do I either go with a masterpiece or because the first pick kind of creates the vibe,
right?
And so I'm picking from 2001. Directed by Robert Rodriguez. I'm picking Spy Kids.
I'm so excited.
It is on Prime Video and Tubi. It's free to watch Tubi with ads. So yeah, Spy Kids, directed by Robert Rodriguez. I feel like it's a movie that we both watched as kids. At least, I don't know if you ever watched it as a kid, but I'm assuming if you 100%. Didn't, it'll be I feel like going into this, not if you didn't know anything about Spy Kids and you went into it, it's a wild movie. But right. Yeah, I feel like it's setting it up to be. I don't know. I feel like we Film Club on DCD got really serious. I hate keep on mentioning it. Next episode, I'll probably never mention DCD again. But you got a super serious, and each week. I brought my favorite movie of all, one of my favorite movies of all time, and then Alex at the end got really mad and started picking bad stuff on purpose. So I don't know, picking a goofy movie, Spy Kids.
I like it.
It's not to say
it's gonna help. It's gonna help me a lot with this because
if
we pick serious movies, I might not say a word. You might be like, "What'd you do this week?" And that would be the whole conversation.
I'll eventually pick serious stuff.
It's going to be okay. I'm just saying.
I have a list of, let's see, 57 potential movies already.
I need to start making a list, too.
But that's kind of my thing, is I try. I think 21 of them are serious, and the rest are goofy that I won't, ever get to. Yeah, about, 25, 26 are serious. But yeah, I think guests.
I've just got so many thoughts going through my head.
Huh?
I've just got so many thoughts going through my head.
Yeah, you could pick literally anything. You have all the power in the world. Bangers. You can pick Rubber. You can pick anything.
What did I pick on DCD? Dazed and Confused?
Yeah, Dazed and Confused.
Yeah, I just went basic and went with my favorite movie.
And then, yeah, speaking of DCD Film Club, obviously you can, because ignorance, I guess, or you can, and I wouldn't expect you to, like, check the list of all the films we covered on that podcast and, like, cross-reference, because we just, like, separated its own thing. And I'm putting a lot of, like, basis on this, like, being, like, connected, but I'm trying not to. Right. But I'm not picking anything that was on the original DCD Film Club, so anyone that's been following since then, no repeats. And then we did have a film club discussion on DCD for The Lighthouse. It was just me and you, because Alex couldn't make it that week.
Yep.
So, and that is a great one to listen to, because I'm talking 99% of the time and Drake's listening.
Yeah, as someone who's just I'm not into movies, but I'm not into, like, understanding a movie. I'm into, like, how it makes me feel.
This would be like an interesting film club, because Drake, like,
every movie I see is a 10.
This is gonna be like, I don't want to be offensive, but he's just like,
you're not gonna be
a normie where he just doesn't, like, think about it, or he, like, he'll just, like, go see a movie and have a fun time no matter, like, what it is. Like, we watched Sonic movie together, and he gave it. He was dying laughing, and I was laughing at Drake laughing. But also, it was a weird experience because I watched the movie twice in one day. I watched it with a coworker, and then watched it with you directly after. But
such a good movie.
You really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's literally how the movie made me feel is how I'm going to rate it and how I'm going to go off of it. And something like Sonic was just hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, I have to rewatch Sonic eventually.
Yeah. For sure. I've got a mermaid over there that reminds me of The Lighthouse. Jenny got it for me.
I don't.
I love mermaids.
I have the Blu-ray right behind the screen.
Maybe it doesn't remind me of mermaids in that one. Spoiler alert, but it's a normal mermaid.
It doesn't have, like, the chest vagina to instantly make this no longer a PG podcast 30 minutes in.
It's over. We gotta hang it up.
It's over.
Wait, I haven't cussed once.
No, it was completely PG till then. I guess I didn't really make it non-PG because that's like it's just it's a body part. But
that is true.
I almost cussed at one point, but I stopped myself.
I'm not gonna purposely do it, but no promises on that.
Yeah.
Because I don't like thinking about what I say, because then I sound ingenuine.
I don't think. It's just being like a content creator. You just, like,
think about it before you say it?
No.
Quickly?
No. I mostly talk without thinking. But it's just, like, in this mode, whenever you know you're on camera, it's like a different, like a switch in your brain.
Yeah, I keep looking at myself, and I'm shaking right now for some reason, and, like...
Yeah, you'll get used to it. I've made, like, 500 videos, so I'm used to it. You'll eventually...
Yeah.
This is
the video viewers might hate me at first because I'm just shaking the whole time.
You're in your own head.
Yeah, that's true.
But I struggle with that too. I struggle with imposter syndrome. So self-described imposter syndrome, I guess. I've never been to a psychiatrist, so I struggle with that.
Don't believe in them.
Huh?
I'm not saying they're not real. So I don't believe in psychiatrists. I'm not saying they're not real. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Psychiatrists, not real. I don't think they're real at all.
No.
Not like what they do is fake, but...
Wait, psychiatrists can give medicine, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
Anti-anxiety, stuff like that. Depression.
Okay, so I don't believe in psychologists. I think they're fake. But psychiatrists are real. That's my bad.
I don't know the difference between the two off the top of my head.
Psychologists isn't a doctor. They don't give you medicine. Not a doctor. They could be a doctor of psychology, but they don't have the ability to. They didn't do all the stuff.
They do the same. They do the same thing, right? They just talk to you.
Correct. Except a psychiatrist can give you prescriptions.
Huh. I watched
believe. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
Just thoughts.
We're probably completely ignorant in this topic.
Yeah. We'll get a comment or something. You guys are idiots. Never watching again. Goodbye.
See ya. Yeah, the first couple of these are probably not going to get any views. So.
It'll get 2.
2?
Me and you.
Yeah, I mean, I'll watch it. I experience it. I live through it. I then edit it. And then with DCD, I don't know. It's like a egotistical thing. I don't know why. But even on like my videos, I don't know why I rewatch before they come out. Like once it comes out, I'm done. I never like think about it again. Or I'll think about it kind of with my newer videos, but I just like rewatch my own videos constantly. I don't know why. And I'm always thinking that I'm going to find something wrong with it when I start watching it. And then I watch it and I'm like, oh, it's fine. But then a couple hours will pass, like a couple days will pass, and I'm like, oh, there's got to be something wrong with this video.
Gotta find it.
There's no way. And like, there's like a ton of stuff with my newer stuff because I've been making, I've been delving into a completely different type of videos that.
I saw that today.
I mean, not even that. Like, even like just talking about the movie reviews and the game reviews, like all that. I've never done that before.
Right, yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm having fun with it. I'm trying to make weekly videos and release them all on Thursday. But or release one a week on Thursday. I don't know what that noise is, but it sounds like a frog in my room, doesn't it? I don't know if you hear that.
There's a frog in your room. Yeah, I can hear it.
I feel like maybe there's a frog in my AC unit.
It's in the washer. It's trying to take a bath.
I don't know. That's weird. Yeah, I made a video recently called "I Hate Social Media." Apparently,
that's the one that I was talking about. Whenever
you didn't watch, apparently.
I have not watched it yet. I just saw the notification for it whenever I got off work. So,
but I've been videos have been fun. But
it's good.
Speaking of psychology and psychiatrists, I do suffer from self-proclaimed imposter syndrome. So it's kind of like, I don't know. YouTube's weird, I guess. I don't know. I feel like how do I say this? I don't know. I just don't think I make good videos ever, or like it's why I quit Madden videos a lot, and I struggled to upload Madden, or like I would go on like large breaks, and then it was just like if someone watches this video, what is the point of them watching this video? Like, they don't take literally anything away after this video, and the second it ends, they're not going to think about it ever again. Or, like, there's no real purpose to making it, I guess is my main thought. And it's, like, kind of how I feel about social media, too. Not to spoil my video. I don't even talk about this in my video, but, like, if I tweet someone, and most people aren't even going to read it, and they're just going to scroll by. That's how most people, like, scroll through Twitter. But if someone reads it, like, what is the point of this tweet? Why would I make this tweet? I guess I'm getting, like, too hard on myself, I guess. But yeah. It's something that I struggle with YouTube. Like, I enjoy making it. I love making videos. It's one of the funnest things I find. Like, I just, you know, I'm, like, really proud of some of my recent, like, my recent videos. But I don't know. I suffer with imposter syndrome, so.
Yep.
Self-proclaimed.
Self-proclaimed. I don't get on WebMD. Yes, WebMD. I don't get on there much because I'll get like a cough or something and I'm dying in 3 weeks. And I don't like that. It scares me.
I don't know. If I get like sick, I'm the opposite of that. To where if I get stuffed nose all the time. The frog needs to shut up. But
no, he's kind of cute.
Like I'll get like a fever or something, or like a cough, and I will like wait it out, or like I won't think about it. I'm like, I just got a cough, and then I'll wait till like I'm actually sick before going to the doctor. So
I respect it.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's how I am.
What's that guy on? He makes those videos. He's like the emo dude, and he's like, I don't know. You don't know what I'm talking about? Okay, let's just skip it. I'll find one later and send it to you.
I have no idea.
He cracks me up. He's like, "What's your favorite what's your favorite anime character?" And he's like, "I don't know," but he's like dressed as One Punch Man. Anyway,
I've never heard of this.
I'll find it. It's funny. For all 2 people that watch this first one.
It's gonna be
us, so we'll find out.
I feel like Sphinx may watch it, and my mom may watch it. That's our 2 viewers.
Shout out.
My mom will definitely watch it, not all the way through though. She just skips through it.
Yeah. I've been telling a lot of people that I'm getting ready to do this, but you know how that is.
I mean, sure. Like a lot of people in like the Xbox podcast. I can't think of his name. He's on Dude Soup, a Funhouse podcast. But he's like, yeah, I feel like interacting with people IRL is the best way to launch podcasts, and like just like talking to strangers and be like, hey, check out my podcast.
Because a lot of them aren't, but like, what if one does?
Yeah, I feel like that's because also like if they become a fan, it's like if they become a fan, it'd be like really special to them to be like, yeah, I met this guy.
Right.
Like we've met IRL, and like I guess it humanizes the podcasters because there's like a separation between like you and the podcast that you're watching. Right. But meeting someone in real life, you'd be like I don't know, it's like a special moment meeting a celebrity.
I agree.
You know,
I met Arian Foster one time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When I went to a game for my birthday. He played for the Texans, and he had 3 touchdowns, and he shook my hand. It was awesome.
That's cool. He does a lot of Twitch streaming now. He makes music, and
he's got some pretty good music.
He was on a podcast listened to called PKA. I've been listening to that podcast for 8 years, which is insane.
That's a long time.
He's on episode number 499, and it's a really good one. It's a really long podcast. Each episode's 4 hours long. They come out every Saturday.
Okay.
It's my that's the one like thing of entertainment, I guess, that I've been following for like so long, like half my life, I guess, or like a little less than half my life.
Right. Yeah, that is a long
It's crazy
time.
to think about.
Is that your favorite podcast?
No. Maybe.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, this one.
This one.
Too
That doesn't
casual.
exist yet.
They have one episode and they ran on top X 20 minutes in, but best podcast ever.
Talk about it randomness.
PKA is great. It's very lenient, or very. It depends on the guest, and each episode has like a different flow depending on the guest, or if it's just the girls as they call it. Yeah. It's 3 guys, but they call it just girls. It just depends week to week. And I enjoy other podcasts. I guess it's a bad thing to promote other podcasts in your podcast that doesn't have any views, but like Your Mom House is great. Sardani Cast is great. Gus and Eddie is great. Sacred Symbols, a PlayStation podcast.
What, 2 Bears, 1 Cave? Is that Bert and Tom's?
Yeah, I don't listen to that.
That was hilarious.
Joe Rogan, obviously the biggest thing on the planet.
Yeah.
What other? I'm missing a lot.
You know what my favorite podcast is?
Yours is probably like Chris D'Elia's podcast.
No.
No, yours is Bert Kreischer's podcast or Theo Von's.
Close. Theo Von's This Past Weekend is my second favorite podcast, but my favorite is Theo Von and Brendan Schaub, King and the Sting.
That's what I meant, like a Theo Von. Like I was
just a Theo Von podcast.
I didn't know the name of that.
Theo Von standalone is good, but also King and the Sting is hilarious. I literally end up in tears most shows.
Yeah, I'm not really into the big celebrity podcasts.
I feel you. So watch us.
Ear
Not
Biscuits.
anyone that we just named.
funny saying no celebrities. I name like the biggest, one of the big, like a celebrity podcast. Ear Biscuits is good. That's Rhett and Link. Which I think you don't know who they are. I think we've discussed about Rhett and Link before. And
I have no clue who that is.
Yeah, they have 15 million subs on YouTube.
Okay, there you go.
And they have a show called Good Mythical Morning. That's like huge. They make an episode every like morning. And so it's like a morning show. It's very family friendly. But yeah. I'm trying to think of other things to listen to. I don't know. PK is probably the only one that I've listened like week to week, constantly, like every Saturday. I'm listening to it.
Right.
Sardonic Cast is like that, but they release bi-weekly, so sometimes it's hard to keep up. I don't know. Podcasts are great. I enjoy them.
I agree.
I enjoy making them. It's fun. I mean, at the end of the day, if this podcast gets 0 views, it's an excuse to talk to Drake every week, you know? And I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining about that.
That's how I feel about it. And it'll give us something to do outside of me working. I get to watch a movie.
Yeah.
I get to look up topics, think about topics. I was so tickled when you texted me. I really was.
Yeah, I said something. We were supposed to record last week, and we did it. And you're just like, I'm excited. And I was like,
okay.
I was like, all right.
Jenny probably hates. I literally have probably said something about it every day this week. And at work, I've told all my coworkers probably twice a day.
I don't talk to anybody like IRL because obviously I'm unemployed. I just sit in this house.
Yeah.
Me and Wes went camping yesterday. Me, Wes, and Dylan. I guess I don't think you knew that. We didn't ask because you were working. It was like an obvious no, because you got to go to work.
Yeah, not a camper on work.
I scraped up my elbow for the people listening to the video one or watching the video one. We went camping to watch AEW. And yeah, that was fun. I don't know why I brought it up, but I hurt my elbow. And it's really like stinging right now. Because in my sleep, I like elbowed. We slept in his parents' like bed and the camper. It sounds weird. We slept in like the main bedroom in like the RV or whatever, the camper.
Yeah.
And like I elbowed the wall in my sleep or something, and it really hurt. It woke me up, and it hurt really bad.
Yeah. That's the only time I've ever seen AEW was in a camper.
Oh, it's fantastic. Camper. I love AEW. I watch it every week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a video on it. I think in a couple weeks. I have like a schedule. I have so many videos planned. Like, I could stop thinking of ideas probably and make a video every week for like 2 or 3 years. Like, right. I have so many video ideas.
Hey, Froggy.
And that's kind of... The frog, by the way, never made a noise. I've never heard a frog in my entire life living in this house.
It's been waiting for you to do
It's this. Waiting for this. The same thing like with DCD. The dogs at my mom's house would never bark. Ever. The second we start recording. Bark constantly. It's just like a thing. Animals like just in the worst opportunity possible to do it.
They're attracted to microphones.
Or the best opportunity for them. He's out here trying to get his voice heard.
Yeah.
He's the third host. We got to give him a name. Tony the Frog.
Tony.
Yeah, Tony out there. He's just like holler and he's like, "Hey, what about me? I'm the third host."
You see, y'all didn't ask me about the PlayStation.
You were like, I went out and got some gabagool. I come back and you're recording some podcast now. What is this?
Don't care about me. Sad day for Tony.
I'm a big fan of mobsters. For some reason, I think they're so funny, which is probably not the right response to mobsters. But I watched this movie called Analyze This. I sent you the clip, but there's a movie called Analyze This, directed by Harold Ramis in 1999.
Is that the one where the clip where he's like...
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was hilarious.
It's just a phone call. It's a comedy movie, and I feel like I was laughing at the wrong things. I was just laughing at how the gangsters act, and I don't know why it's so funny to me. Like, this mobster calls another mobster, and the guy answers, and he goes, "Hey, it's me." He goes, "Who? It's me. You know me. It's me." And I just think it's so funny. Like, I don't know why. It's hilarious. just like watching mobsters be mobsters.
Yeah.
That might be like that is really funny to me. I don't know why. But yeah. What? There's nothing really. We ran out of topics way too early. I didn't really know how this episode would go. Next episode will be better. So,
yeah, I mean, we can. I'll help.
We'll have Spy Kids to talk about.
I'll brainstorm too. I'll help you think, but because this week I just assumed this is what we were gonna do. So
yeah,
and I moved to a new place, so getting back in the thing of work, like I haven't even been watching TV like on my phone. Like I've literally been sleeping and working, and so I'll get in a better schedule. It'll be great.
Like thinking of things I've been doing, like with the old podcast, every week it'd be like, oh, I've been doing this. So it's kind of like weird to like what I've been doing, you know? I also watched a bunch of movies that I didn't mention at the beginning while we're at the camper that I just logged on letterboxd, but we were like scanning through the TV to where every 5 minutes we would change, Wes would hit the guide and hold down like the down button, and then me or Dylan had to say stop. We did that for like an hour because we were just bored. It sounds like real entertainment.
Yeah.
But it was really humid outside, so we weren't really chilling outside. So, I mean, you know, I watched Star Trek, Kong Skull Island, Varsity Blues, Species. I guess I never read that out loud or read it at all. I said spicy. It's definitely Species.
Spicy.
I guess I just didn't read it ever. But there's also a movie called Spices. Let me Google it. There is a movie called Spices. Yeah, it came out in 2019, made by Tencent, the Chinese company. It's like an animated movie where it's like a cat is James Bond. And yeah, and it just has like a funny name.
Camp.
Has bad reviews. Spices. But yeah, and then Memphis Belle, I saw that too. So I don't really have a point to that. I'm just speaking words.
I like words. I love lamp.
You love Lamp?
I love lamp.
Yeah?
Lamp.
You know, picking Spy Kids with DCD, I picked They Live first. And it was like super easy because it was like Alex likes sci-fi and stars a wrestler. And I was trying to think of like, what's a movie that fits Drake to like start this? And everything I thought of that you like, there's no way I can like think of a movie to compare to that. You're into, I'm like, I could have picked like a movie, I guess, with like Tom Segura or like, I don't think Theo Von's in a movie. And like you're like into Modern Warfare, you're into like Taylor Lewan, or like offensive lineman. Like I just like I couldn't think of a single thing to like.
I'm super specific.
Grasp. I couldn't think of a single thing that you like that I could have translated to a movie.
Yeah.
Like that.
You're probably not.
So. I mean, Spy Kids, I think, is a great pick.
Theo Von's in a music video.
Yeah?
It's a bad baby music video, and he is a pedophile in it, and it's hilarious.
I mean,
I don't remember which song, but
I'm sure he's in a bad movie.
Probably. He won a TV show. It's like him, Bert, Amy Schumer. It was like super early into their career.
There's like a bunch of shows like that, like Freaks and Geeks.
Yep. Has
like Seth Rogen, DeFranco, and the other one. There's the other guy. The guy he started How I Met Your Mother. Forgetting Sarah Marshall. What's his name? I don't know. This is great podcasting, not talking.
Sometimes
Jason
you just
Segel.
can't think of words. Jason Segel.
That's the guy.
Words are hard sometimes.
Nah, they just kind of spew out from me. And half the time I don't make sense. Because I have a problem of combining words together while I'm talking.
That's a compound word.
No, not like that. Where I would say like, I just like. It's weird when I didn't really do it on the podcast, but when I make videos, I don't like think about it, but like I subconsciously try to get through my lines super quick. Like my intro would be like, "What's going on, guys?" Like super quick. I don't know, like subconsciously. I watched a lot of my old videos recently. I'm thinking about making a video in February, that my 12-year anniversary of making videos. And like I watched some old videos and like, boy, are they bad. Like I don't know why anyone watched my videos. They are so bad. Drake used to watch them in class. Before me and Drake were friends.
The bad videos were the era that I watched?
They're all bad. Like all.
No.
But so me and Drake, we went to high school together. That's how we met. I guess we should have talked about that way before. Like a long time ago. I feel like it should have been part of the intro. When me and Drake met in high school, like the very end of high school, I always knew who Drake was. I don't think he knew who I was. I was like a shy kid that never talked to anybody. I had my own friend group and I like just stuck to them and never like branched out in high school. I guess the best way to put it. But we had a computer class together where me and Drake basically were like looking at each other, but our computers were in front of us, so we couldn't like see each other. Like if I made an effort to look over, I could see Drake. And right. Drake would watch my videos in class, but we weren't friends like at all. Like no. I don't know why he'd watch my videos.
I don't even remember where I found them, to be honest.
Our only interaction was every day. For some reason, I still don't know why. We parked near each other too. And every day, Drake would drive by, "Love you, babies." And we're like, "Oh, Papa Drake." Like, it's like, I don't know. And then eventually, it just kind of like, I mean, you became friends with my friends. And then, yeah.
Right.
It's kind of weird thinking how we became friends.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of random.
Because if you go even further, we've been like the same like social like bubble for like a long time. Like, I've been friends with your friends.
Right.
For a while.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess that's how
now we have
happens.
a podcast together.
Dude, those baseball videos were the best. You used to do like the home run derbies.
I don't think I ever did a home run derby.
Yes, you did. I can still think of like
I may have done one once.
Yeah, you did it at the polo field or whatever.
Was it a derby or a game?
No, it was a derby. Well, it might have been a game, but you called it a home run derby maybe. You hit so many, probably.
I don't know. I watched one. I watched a lot of. Technically, I watched 1 second every video, because I made a playlist on my new channel. And I named the playlist because all those videos are unlisted, so you can't find them. But if you want to find them, on my new channel, there's a playlist called "My Truly Terrible Old Gaming Videos," where there's like 400 videos if you want to watch them all. They're really bad. Like it's mind-boggling.
It's not true.
Even like making them, I thought they were bad. Like I don't know. I struggle with that throughout my entire YouTube career, where I don't think I'm ever making good content. It's part of like the imposter syndrome thing. I've mentioned that a lot, but like I'm really weird about my content, and like I don't know. It just I don't think they're bad at all. I think I'm way too loud. I think I'm screaming the entire time. I'm trying to be like, I would watch other YouTubers at the time and try to like copy their their vibe. But like I hear a lot like in other people, like Jerome PKR in a video we collabed with, he's like, yeah, he's funny. I just think his videos are really funny and I enjoy watching them. Or like Bangle, another YouTube friend, he used to say that my videos are funny, but I like never see it. And like I just cringe when I watch them.
They were good. I can still remember like names of you screaming people. It'd be like a bunch of like legends come out and you'd like scream their name when they hit a home run. I'd literally still remember words that you said.
I made my favorite video of those is the Jameel Showers one, because I got a comment from someone said I named the video "Worst Quarterback in Madden." Jameel Showers was the lowest overall quarterback in Madden, and I got so many comments, people being like, "Yo, he's not that bad. He changed positions in the NFL. He moved to safety. How can you tell me he's not a good quarter? How can you tell me straight up, hey, he's a good quarterback when he moved positions to stay in the league?
They're lying.
But I got so many comments like that. People were like, oh, he's a good quarterback. And it was funny because if you Googled his name, my video's thumbnail would pop up in like the first like 7 Google images. It's a little lower now because it's been a while. Also, the video's unlisted, so it may not show up at all anymore. But I got a comment from someone that said, I'm Jamil's nephew. Or something. He's like, he called me. I'm like, you're an idiot. He's not the worst quarterback. I'm Jamil's nephew. So there's like a small chance that Jamil Showers saw my very bad video of me just screaming and acting like an idiot. You know, it's like funny to me. Also, like those videos, I cussed way too much. I feel like I screamed way too much. I never like had like a calm voice or like talk like this, like a normal human being. I guess I'm not really talking like a normal person. I feel like I talk different on mic than I do IRL. But it's more natural now than back then, where I was just constantly screaming. I never really thought of it either. Like it's like the same from like now to then. It's just I'm just like talking into a mic, and it just happens to be different than my IRL voice. I think this voice is more to my actual voice or my actual dialect than, you know, I'm just talking at this point. Right now, I'm just rambling.
So what you're saying? No, I'm serious. I want to get into this. So what you're saying is that this voice is more your voice than your real voice.
No.
Oh, I'm
saying I have like. It's like if you work in like the food industry or like customer service, you have a customer voice and you have your real voice.
Okay.
I feel like I have my like recording voice that's like slightly different than my IRL voice. I was saying like my old videos, my recording voice was just, I was loud, I was cussing all the time.
Right.
I see comments. Dude, I'm so arrogant. I see comments all the time like, dude, stop cussing. They're like, you make good videos, but you cuss way too much. And I was like, I would block them, like, oh, idiot, they don't know what they're talking about.
Thanks.
And yeah. And like, I don't know. I feel like I never made good videos back in the day. Like, even like my recent ones, I don't think they're necessarily bad, but each one I have like a gripe. That's like the whole thing with like artists where you can never finish a painting. There's always something to work on. You can't finish an art piece. There's always, and like people like talking about like George Lucas, he always goes back and changes Star Wars movies, and then he changed his first movie ever, THX 1138. He like, you can't, like the old version's completely unrecognizable to the new one. He changes it all the time, and like I kind of get that. You never like, there's always something you can do better. You can't like make a perfect video, and like looking at my newer ones, there's so much like that. But I think that they're definitely better than the old videos. So, I still think I make bad content. I don't know why people are watching me. Which is probably, me saying that isn't like a great thing to hear, like as a fan. If you're a fan, you're like, yeah, why do I watch him if he doesn't even like his own videos? I don't know. I'm talking. We're coming to the end of this podcast, and secret topic that I didn't have on the topic sheet. Drake, who is the HAWG of the week?
Oh my god. I don't even know.
HAWG of the week is an old segment on our old podcast. We had a podcast where we talked about sports with another host, Dylan. We had 3 episodes a week, and every Friday Drake would give his HAWG of the week. And we're bringing it back, Drake. Who is the HAWG of the week? I had to bring it back. Bring it back. And you're completely unprepared. Even the HAWG of the week originally, it got to a point to where it was just like you picked random people. It wasn't like, there wasn't like a thing. But I don't know.
I'm going to be more meticulous this time. I am. I didn't think that you were going to bring this back up. But I thought to myself, if I had to keep picking HAWGs of the weeks, I'm going to pick relevant ones. And pick ones that are... But that being said, I'm not prepared. So
you got to pick a HAWG of the week. You got to pick one.
the first hog of the week is going to be Taylor Lewan.
Taylor Lewan. He was the first hog of the week last time too. I'm pretty sure.
No, I think I was going to save him.
Oh.
I don't know though, but this is going to be him just because he's my favorite NFL player.
Yeah, on your favorite team.
Yep, he's hilarious. If you've ever seen a video with him, you know that he's like probably one of the most comical people in the league. And I don't know why, I just huge fan of comedy.
They didn't talk about Bussin' with the Boys when we're talking about podcasts.
Yeah, I don't really watch that, to be honest.
Uh-oh.
He's not on it a lot.
Oh, I thought he was a host.
It's usually he is, but he's like, it's usually Will Compton and somebody else. He's on there. He's been on there lately, but I watched the ones with him in it. He's very funny, and he's the only lineman in top 10 in both passing and run blocking in the league. So,
yeah. Speaking of sports, I don't really want to get into sports in this podcast often. But it's obviously going to come up because I'm a sports fan. Drake's a casual sports fan.
Very casual.
But I feel like I'm turning myself into a casual sports fan. Like, I just don't care anymore. Like, genuinely, I used to like have notifications on my phone for every single team on ESPN app, and like I'd be like super into it. But now I'm just like, hey, you know what? Who cares? I watch my teams play. If there's like a good game coming up, I watch that maybe. But right now, I'm just vibing. Like, movies is my thing now. I guess that's my thing. I'm going hardcore into, is watching a bunch of movies. So maybe, and like if you look at my entire life, there's like trends that like I started off as a huge sports player, played a ton of baseball, and then I quit playing baseball and I got really into video games, especially Call of Duty. And then after that, I got really into sports again and playing sports games and really into sports. And now I'm really into movies. It's just like people change. I get really into things.
The waves.
So maybe in like a couple of years, I'll just like get out of movies and like my new thing will be meth. I don't know.
Mountain biking.
I don't feel like that would be like a. I don't think I could get into mountain biking. Like I could get into mountain biking, but I don't think it would be like my main thing. I'm like, I'd rather be mountain biking than anything right now.
But you could be a mountain I cannot talk. A mountain bike vlogger.
No.
You like wear a GoPro and just like.
That's another thing with my content is I'm very self-critical in that I think that there's cheap content and there's content that you can make like with a lot of work. And I think that vlogs are one of the cheapest contents to make and super easy to make. Like there's no effort put into it.
What you're telling me is that a GoPro on a guy's head while he pushes pedals is cheap?
Not cheap as in cost, cheap as in effort.
That's what I'm talking about.
Like, it's not really any effort. Like, if he didn't have the GoPro on his head, he would still be riding the bike. Probably.
Yeah, I'm 100% in agreement with you. I'm just being goofy, but
I do want to make a video kind of like that.
It's the stupidest thing ever.
In the long future.
It's the greatest thing ever, I mean.
Not mountain biking, but I want to, in the future, make videos of videos that I've always, my entire life, wanted to be a YouTuber. Even like back when I first went on YouTube, when I was like 7 years old, I've always like wanted to do it, but never did. Until I made a video 11, almost 12 years now, in February. So I want to make a series of me attempting the types of content that I used to want to make. Because there's like throughout all those years, you change in like the things that you watch and the things you want to make. And I want to like stuff like that. Like I want to make an airsoft video. And I want to go like super hard. Like I don't want to like half-ass making it. I want to make it as if I was that type of content creator. So obviously I'm poor right now, but eventually like I want to get GoPros and like put a GoPro on like the gun looking at my face, have like a GoPro on my head, and like maybe like pay someone to follow me with a camera and go to like an actual airsoft war and like go like super in detail with it, and just for like one video, and like or like modded Nerf guns. I used to be super into modded Nerf guns. Like make a video of me like, it'd be like a craft, I guess, where like I'll explain what I'm doing, and then there'll be a video and super fast forward. I can't think of that word for some reason. I'm being stupid. Of me building it. I don't know. I think it's cool. I don't know.
Yeah. I like it. I've always wanted to make something, but I don't have any ideas. So if anybody has suggestions, let me know.
Make a podcast with me.
I'm going to do that.
Yeah. That's it.
I just wanted to do something, but that's
the first episode of the podcast. Too Casual
Buckets.
Podcast, episode number 1. Hopefully there's an episode number 2. I'm kidding. There definitely will be. The goal is 3 episodes, according to people. If you... Do you see that, like, flashbang?
No.
I feel like I just tripped out. I just, like, had, like, a flashbang out the side of my eye. That threw me off. What was the thing? The
goal is 3.
Yeah, the average podcast ends after 2 episodes. I think it's 3 episodes, something like that.
Well, we're making it to 6, so.
So if you get after that hump, that's usually the once you get past 3, you become like a real podcast, I guess.
We got this.
Yeah,
we got this.
So watch Spy Kids. It's on Amazon Prime. It's on Tubi if you're a part of my VPN gang. It's on, I think, Mexican Netflix. It's on a bunch of different Netflixes. Not American, though. Let me quickly look that up before we end this.
Spy Kids.
It's on French, Hungarian, and Italian Netflix. So if you use a VPN, there you go. I'm pretty sure the Hungarian Netflix doesn't work. I think I tried it. No, it does Czech Netflix. I tried it at least and it didn't work. But yeah, that's the Too Casual Podcast.
Whoop whoop.
See ya.